Take your hands off me. I built this company. Everything you people have today exists because of me. You think this company can survive without me? And if I built it, then I can destroy it too. You did this. You have no idea who you're fighting, Adrian. You'll regret this. I swear to God.
At 25, I graduated from business school in London. That night, Uncle Silas rented the entire rooftop of one of the city's most expensive hotels. Politicians, executives, investors, people I had only ever seen on television were suddenly shaking my hand and congratulating me.
My brother always dreamed of this day,
He announced.
and if he were alive today, he would be proud of the man his son has become. Tomorrow,
He said.
you officially begin your journey inside the company your father built.
Everyone cheered again, and standing there beneath those lights, surrounded by people celebrating my future, I had no idea I was walking directly into the same empire that destroyed my father. One evening, I went somewhere nobody had entered in years, my father's old executive office. Then I noticed something strange. I pulled the books aside. A hidden compartment clicked open. Inside was a burned photograph of my father standing beside Silas. Someone had scratched my father's face out. My pulse quickened. Beneath the photo sat a small recorder, damaged. I pressed play. Then, my father's voice emerged weakly.
If anything happens to me, don't trust.
The recording cut off. My blood turned cold. At that exact moment, I heard footsteps outside the office. The door opened. Silas. He smiled.
You still miss him?
He asked softly. Silas studied me for a long moment. Too long.
Your father used to say this office would belong to you someday.
And then he walked out. The second the door closed, I realized something horrifying. Someone else had opened it recently. That night, I searched the office again. This time I discovered a second compartment beneath the floor. Inside was a hard drive, encrypted. And when I cracked it, my entire world collapsed. Secret offshore accounts, forged signatures, illegal asset transfers. Millions of dollars moved slowly out of my father's company over the years. And every trail led back to one person. As weeks passed and I was still not integrated into the board of directors, I brought it up, but Uncle Silas smiled strangely.
Business is war, Adrian.
He said calmly.
You're intelligent, but not ready.
At first, I accepted it. Then months passed. Every time I asked for responsibility, there was another excuse. Meanwhile, Silas kept expanding his power. He controlled every major decision, every company account, every executive meeting, and slowly, I began to notice something. Nobody questioned him. Not the board, not the lawyers, not even my mother. It was as if everyone feared him. Then the strange incident started. A brake malfunction in my car, a gas leak in my apartment, anonymous threats. At first, I thought I was imagining it, until the parking garage attack. That changed everything. At that point, I thought nothing else could shock me. A few months later, I entered my father's old office again, and that was when I found the file that changed everything. But the worst file wasn't financial. It was labeled Vehicle Private. Inside was recovered fleet security footage. I watched in horror as a mechanic inspected my father's car. Then another figure entered the frame. He handed the mechanic an envelope. Then the mechanic deliberately tampered with the brake lines. My entire world collapsed right in front of me. I entered the office following day. Then I noticed something else inside the files. Monthly payments to the same person. Marcus Hale, former company driver, declared missing 11 years ago. My father's driver. I tracked him down to a tiny coastal town nearly 6 hours away. When he opened the door and saw me, he nearly fainted.
You shouldn't be,
he whispered. His hands shook violently. I know about the brakes, I said. The old man broke instantly. Tears filled his eyes.
I tried to stop it. I swear to God I tried.
My father built Ashford Global from nothing. He used to say, "Money can build buildings, Adrian, but character builds empires." He was respected everywhere. Business magazines called him a visionary. Employees loved him. Even competitors admired him. And when I was 12 years old, he died. The official story was simple. A rainy night, brake failure, luxury car crash, no survivors. The entire country mourned him. Rain poured heavily over the cemetery as the final prayers were said. I stood frozen beside my father's grave. Then, I felt a hand rest firmly on my shoulder. Uncle Silas. He stepped beside me quietly.
Your father was more than my brother.
He said softly.
He was my best friend.
I lowered my head, trying to stop my hands from shaking. Silas looked directly at me.
Listen to me, Adrian. From today forward, you will never stand alone again.
His voice was calm, steady, certain.
I made a promise to your father a long time ago that no matter what happened, this family would always be protected. And I intend to keep that promise.
For the first time since the accident, I finally broke down, and Silas pulled me into his arms like a grieving father protecting his son.
I'll stand by you like a rock,
He whispered.
no matter what comes.
I believed him. A year after my father's death, I got into serious trouble at school. A wealthy student accused me of attacking him during an argument, and within hours, the story spread everywhere. I still remember sitting alone outside the principal's office when a black car suddenly pulled into the parking lot. Silas stepped out, calm as always. He didn't ask questions, didn't panic. He simply walked straight into the building. Less than an hour later, the truth came out. The footage exposed the lie completely. Not only was my name cleared, but the boy who framed me was expelled 2 weeks later. That night, Silas sat beside me during dinner and smiled faintly.
Your father hated injustice, he said, and so do I.
At the time, I thought he was protecting me because he loved me. Now I realize something far more dangerous. Silas protected what belonged to him. The flashbacks hit me all at once. My father's funeral, the school incident, the dinner where Silas promised to protect us. And then reality returned. Marcus was still sitting in front of me, waiting. The old man lowered his head before continuing. According to Marcus, Silas had been planning it for months. My father discovered missing money inside the company. He was preparing to expose Silas. So Silas arranged the accident.
Your uncle owns people. Judges, police, executives, everyone. And I've been living with this guilt ever since. Your father knew. I told him everything.
The room suddenly felt suffocating. Marcus explained that weeks before the crash, he discovered unusual modifications had been ordered on my father's vehicle. At first, he assumed it was routine maintenance, but then he saw Silas meeting privately with one of the mechanics and handing him an envelope full of cash. So Marcus secretly copied the garage security footage and brought it directly to my father. Your father was furious, he said. He told me Silas had finally crossed the line. According to Marcus, my father planned to expose Silas after an upcoming board meeting, but they needed stronger evidence first. The plan was simple. My father would pretend nothing was wrong, while Marcus prepared another vehicle for him after the meeting. The tampered car was never supposed to leave the company garage again. Marcus stopped talking for a moment, his expression heavy with guilt. But then your father got a call. My chest tightened instantly. It was your mother, he continued quietly. She said your little sister had collapsed and was being rushed to intensive care. I felt my stomach drop. Your father panicked. He ran out before I could stop him. By the time I realized he had taken the wrong car, it was already too late. The old man's voice cracked.
I've lived with that guilt for 13 years. Your father was a good man, and I failed him.
Silence settled heavily between us. Then Marcus looked up at me again, and for the first time since I arrived, there was genuine fear in his eyes.
You need to ask your mother about Silas, he said carefully.
I frowned. What does that mean? Marcus hesitated before answering.
Ask her who your sister's real father was.
I barely remember the drive home. Marcus's final words kept repeating in my head over and over again. Ask her who your sister's real father was. Every part of me wanted to believe he was lying, desperate to drag someone else into his guilt. But deep down, something felt wrong. Some memories I had ignored for years suddenly started resurfacing in my mind. The way Silas walked in and out of our house like he belonged there. The private conversations that always stopped when I entered the room. The way my mother defended him, even when the company started losing good employees. Some of my father's closest friends quietly cut ties with us. She never questioned Silas. I got home just after midnight. The house was quiet except for the sound of rain tapping softly against the windows.
Adrian, I thought you were still out of town.
I stood there staring at her for a few seconds, suddenly realizing I didn't even know this woman anymore. Then I asked the question directly. What was Uncle Silas really to you?
Who told you that?
She whispered. That was all I needed. So it's true. She stood up quickly.
Adrian, listen to me.
Was my father the only person being betrayed in this family? Her eyes filled with tears immediately, but I wasn't ready to comfort her anymore. Not this time. How long? I asked coldly.
It started before your father died.
She admitted quietly.
But it was never supposed to go this far.
I laughed bitterly. Not this far? He murdered him. Her face collapsed.
I didn't know he would do that.
She cried.
You have to believe me.
But you knew he was stealing from him. She said nothing. And you still stayed, I said. Tears rolled down her face, her hands trembling as she sat back down slowly.
You don't understand your father,
she whispered.
He cared more about that company than he cared about this family.
I stared at her in disbelief. So that justifies destroying him?
No!
She snapped suddenly.
You think life was perfect before Silas? Your father controlled everything, every decision, every movement. I was suffocating in this house long before Silas came close to me.
My sister. My voice almost broke. My mother immediately started crying harder. I already knew the answer before she spoke.
She was Silas's daughter.
How long did my father know? I asked quietly. She covered her face with both hands.
He found out a few weeks before the accident.
And the phone call? I asked slowly. The night of the crash, was my sister actually sick? My mother looked up immediately, and for the first time that night, her answer came without hesitation.
Yes.
I searched her face carefully. She was telling the truth.
She collapsed at school.
My mother whispered.
I panicked. I called your father because I didn't know what else to do.
I closed my eyes, which somehow made everything worse, because it meant the tragedy was real. The accident wasn't some carefully staged setup. It was chaos, a single moment of panic that handed Silas exactly what he wanted.
I never thought Silas would go this far.
She whispered weakly.
After the accident, he told me it was too late to go back. He said if the truth came out, we would all be destroyed.
And you believed him? She looked at me helplessly. No, I said quietly before she could answer. You chose him. That sentence destroyed whatever was left between us. My mother broke down completely, but I felt nothing anymore. For 13 years, I thought my family had been destroyed by an accident, but the truth was, my father was betrayed by two people he trusted the most, and if I walked into this emotionally, I was going to lose too. That night, I sat alone in my father's office until sunrise, replaying every conversation I had ever had with Silas. And slowly, I realized something terrifying. Silas had been training me my entire life. Not to beat him, to become dependent on him. He controlled people quietly. Silas thought I was weak, young, and emotional. I needed him comfortable, so I pretended nothing had changed. I smiled during meetings, had dinner with him, listened to his advice. Meanwhile, I built my trap. Quietly, carefully, patiently. I contacted forensic accountants, cybersecurity investigators, federal agents. We uncovered everything: shell companies, fraud, bribery, money laundering. Silas had stolen nearly half the company over 13 years. But just as I prepared to expose him, Marcus disappeared. At first, I thought he was afraid. Then I went to his house. The door was unlocked. Inside, everywhere was overturned. A cup still warm on the table. Marcus was gone. Then my phone rang. Silas. "Careful who you trust, Adrian," he said calmly. "People disappear every day." The line disconnected. For the first time, I realized Silas already knew someone was talking. Then things got worse. A board member who secretly agreed to help me suddenly withdrew support. Company files vanished overnight. Someone hacked my apartment security cameras. Everywhere I turned, Silas was already waiting. It seems he was always a step ahead of me. And yet, Silas still had no idea what evidence I truly possessed. Then I got a call from Marcus. He had gone into hiding because he was afraid for his life. He said he had one important evidence to hand over to me: the original fleet security footage from my dad's car, of his final moments before and after the accident. Silas had told him to dismantle the car and sell off every part. Meanwhile, Silas prepared one final move: a global shareholders meeting. He planned to officially name himself permanent CEO. Once that happened, he would own everything, including my father's legacy. Silas thought he was walking into a coronation. He had no idea everything was about to collapse.
The ballroom glittered with wealth.
Good evening, everyone.
Executives,
Thank you for being here.
investors, board members, media. A huge digital screens displayed the company logo behind the stage. Silas stood confidently at the center of it all. Perfect suit, perfect smile, perfect performance.
For 13 years, Silas began calmly. This company has survived some of the most difficult economic periods in modern history.
He slowly walked across the room as investors listened carefully.
After the accident, many people believed this company would collapse. Competitors circled us like vultures. Investors pulled back. Even some people sitting in this very room lost faith.
A few uncomfortable faces shifted quietly.
But we endured.
Silas smiled proudly.
No, we evolved.
The screen changed, revealing luxury developments, global offices, and billion-dollar acquisitions.
Everything this company has become today happened because someone was willing to make difficult decisions when others were too afraid.
Several board members nodded in agreement. Silas paused briefly before lowering his voice.
My brother and I built this company together, and when he died, I made a promise to protect his family and preserve his legacy for as long as I lived.
The room erupted into applause. Silas stopped speaking for a moment. Then slowly, a faint smirk appeared on his face. And that was the exact moment I stood up. "I'd like to show everyone something first," I said. The room slowly quieted. Silas's smile faded slightly.
Go ahead.
The screens behind him flickered, then changed. At first, it was financial data, secret transfers, offshore accounts, illegal payments. Confused murmurs spread across the ballroom. Silas's face tightened. Then came the maintenance footage. The room froze. Every eye locked onto the screen as Silas handed cash to the mechanic. As the brake lines were cut, as my father's murder unfolded in perfect clarity. Gasps erupted across the ballroom. One board member stood up immediately. Another began shouting, people slowly backing away from him. Reporters rushed forward. Silas panicked.
This is fake,
He yelled. Then the final video appeared. Dashcam footage. My father's final drive. A second vehicle following closely behind. Silas's vehicle. The timestamp matched everything. The room exploded into chaos. And for the first time in my life, I saw fear in my uncle's eyes.
Silas tried to run. Federal agents intercepted him before he reached the exit. Cameras flashed everywhere. Investors screamed. Board members publicly denied him. And standing in the center of that collapsing empire was the man who once believed himself complicit. Silas looked at me desperately as agents handcuffed him.
Take your hands off me.
He roared violently. Gone was the calm executive everyone admired. Now people were finally seeing the man hidden beneath the mask.
I built this company.
Silas shouted furiously as cameras recorded everything.
Everything you people have today exists because of me.
The officers struggled to control him as shareholders stared in shock.
You think this company can survive without me?
He screamed, his face twisted with rage as he pointed directly toward the board members.
And if I built it, then I can destroy it too.
The room fell silent. Silas looked around wildly, breathing heavily. Then his eyes landed on me. Pure hatred.
You did this.
He whispered, then louder.
You have no idea who you're fighting, Adrian.
The officers dragged him toward the exit as his voice echoed across the boardroom.
You'll regret this. I swear to God.
Later that night, I found my mother sitting alone in the same house that once felt like a family home. She didn't speak when I entered. She already knew. There was nothing left to explain. She looked at me like she wanted to reach out, but didn't dare.
I didn't want any of this,
she whispered. I stayed silent. For a moment, I saw the woman who raised me. I placed the company documents on the table. My father built this, I said quietly, and everything that destroyed him lived inside this house. She lowered her head. I walked away quietly. 3 months later, I officially became CEO of Ashford Global. But reclaiming the company wasn't the real victory. The real victory was restoring my father's name. Because for 13 years, people believed he died in an accident. Now the truth lived forever. You can expose a lie, but you can't undo what it already destroyed. As for Silas, the empire he killed for became the very thing that ended him. Some victories don't feel like victory at all. Some just feel like silence after a storm. And in that silence, I finally understood my father. Not as a legend, not as a CEO, but as a man who never saw the betrayal coming until it was already too late. Sometimes revenge isn't about violence, and the most painful punishment is forcing evil to stand under bright lights where the whole world can finally see it.
Some secrets destroy families. Some truths destroy empires. Subscribe for more stories where karma finally wins.